What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and today I'm feeling very frustrated, and I want to share this frustration with you and teach you what may be the most important thing when it comes to creating your content. So I was recently in Dallas for an event this weekend, and I recorded a bunch of podcast episodes and some Ask Dr. Nick episodes, and one was with my buddy, Brett Racine. As you can see here, he's a very handsome gentleman, and he was going to give me a lot of eye candy free views, and we had a great conversation. There was lots of value added. He's opening up, he has a bunch of corporate locations, and he was opening up his like main brick and mortar, and we were really discussing like content strategies for that. And I feel like most doctors could have added or gained some real value there. So just to give, hold on a second. My podcast, we record the audio using this guy, and it attaches to these mics that are right here. And these mics are great. They like pick up sound really well, obviously, because they're mics. And they also like make the audio sound really crisp and rich. The problem is that I had done a bunch of interviews already, and this guy ran out, which is the recorder. So we were basically just talking into dead mics after the first 5 minutes. Well, the happy hour was going on while we were doing the podcast interview, and so the audio, normally the audio would be usable from your iPhone. So like if you're shooting videos in your office, your iPhone microphone will pick up like the sound well enough, as long as like in this room it's probably a little bit echoey. Like if I re-listen to this video, it doesn't sound as good as I would like it to. But in most offices, you know, the ceilings are probably 8 feet. There's carpet, so that's usually enough to keep the sound sounding great or okay. With this one though, I'm gonna just play it for you just so you can hear it or not hear it, which is the point. So this is a conversation going on, but you can't understand what either one of us are saying. So this is completely useless content. I'm so aggravated because it was like, I'll end up redoing the interview, but it was like in that moment, we were like really into it and got a lot of good value. So now that is just gone. And, you know, it was 30 minutes of time wasted, and we're gonna have to like redo it at the next event. So my tip for you is that whenever you are creating content, double check to make sure your batteries are good, make sure that you've turned the camera on. So like with this one, I'm looking, you know, at the camera face itself so I can see the time ticking. But sometimes if you guys have watched my 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗿 interview, I only had one camera with me at the time, and about 50 minutes into it, it was just an amazing interview. If you haven't listened to it and you're a pediatric chiropractor, or if you just want to grow a big practice, that is a great one to listen to. About 50 minutes into it, I'm like, did I hit play? Did I hit record? And I was panicked for like the last 10 minutes of it, thinking that I didn't hit record, and then I went and looked and I did. But you always want to I triple check now just because I don't want to have that fear again. So I always triple check because I'll have 3 camera angles. So I triple check to make sure that the phone is turned on. Now because of this, I'm going to always double check that the batteries are good in here. So make sure that you either have somebody that's helping you, or if you're doing it before you get in front of the camera, really make sure that that the iPhones are charged. Actually on this, here's another good tip. Turn your phone on airplane mode, because I had to swipe off of a text that my marketing director sent me as I was recording this. So be sure that you're not getting phone calls or text messages coming in, because it's just going to distract you and it'll make the video not as good. So those are 3 good ones. Make sure you've got good batteries for everything. Make sure everything is turned on. Make sure your phone is in airplane mode if you're doing that. And then one last thing, this is a little bonus. that I always see people doing, and I try not to do it, but it's tough. When you're shooting videos like this to where you are looking at the screen itself, which I recommend just doing it the other way, A, because the camera is better, but B, it doesn't, like you're not as likely to do this. But so like right now I'm looking at the camera, but here I'm looking at myself. And so you as the viewer, I'm not making eye contact with you right now, but here I am. So you're gonna have a lot more connection. And when you are over here talking, your eyes tend to get drawn to it. And I see so many people shooting videos like this that they're looking at themselves instead of looking straight at the camera. So that's a little bonus fourth tip on things you gotta make sure to make good content. So hopefully this helped you guys. Man, Brett, I'm so sorry, brother. We'll get you on the next one. All right, talk to you guys soon.